Happy Tuesday! We're going to review the physical properties of elements. So we'll be looking at metals, metalloids, and nonmetals, and the physical properties that classify them. At the end of this review, you'll need to pause the video to complete the 3-column T-chart that's located in your digital journal. An element that is brittle is a nonmetal. An element that shares properties of metals and nonmetals is a metalloid. An element that is malleable is a metal. An element that is ductile is a metal. An element that is a poor conductor of heat is a nonmetal. Chlorine is an example of a nonmetal. An element located on the stairs of the periodic table is a metalloid. An element that is a poor conductor of electricity is a nonmetal. An element with metallic luster is a metal. Xenon is an example of a nonmetal. Sodium is an example of a metal. An element with a dull luster is a nonmetal. An element that is not shiny is a nonmetal. Silicon is an example of a metalloid. An element that is a good conductor of heat is a metal. Carbon is an example of a nonmetal. An element that is a good conductor of electricity is a metal. An element between the metals and nonmetals on the periodic table is a metalloid. An element located on the right side of the periodic table is a nonmetal. An element located on the left side of the periodic table is a metal. Boron is an example of a metalloid. An element with a low density is a nonmetal. Iron is an example of a metal. Elements that are mostly gases are nonmetals. An element that has a metallic luster but is brittle is a metalloid. Elements that are insulators are nonmetals. An element with a high density is a metal. Elements that are semiconductors are metalloids. Elements that conduct electricity at high temperatures are metalloids. Elements that are mostly solids at room temperature are metals. Hydrogen is an example of a nonmetal. Elements that are insulators at low temperatures are metalloids. Aluminum is an example of a metal. Helium is an example of a nonmetal. Silver is an example of a metal. Pause the video here and go to your digital journal to copy all of the information about metals, metalloids, and nonmetals. These physical properties will be on your test on Thursday, October 1st.